A retro enthusiast and a 500 square foot apartment are two things you'd think would be at odds. But I'm gonna show you how we're not only making it work,
wow, that's gonna be pretty cool.
but how our retro nook is looking better than ever.
Wow. That's hot. You guys know we don't have a lot of space in here, and Roman's game collection is only growing, and we are lacking storage. And I've been mulling on this for a while. I've been thinking about where can we add more storage? I don't want to add more shelves to this wall. I really like the way that this looks. I think it looks great with the height variation too, with the mirror and the shelves and the cat tree. We don't want that wall to be bricked up, okay? We don't want it to be like completely full. So I'm not gonna do more wall storage. And there really isn't enough space on the sides of the console to add any type of like vertical storage. So we can't do like a tower storage sort of situation. So I'm gonna do what I was going to do before I put these shelves up when I wanted VHS storage, which is put two console tables behind the couch. It might look like there's a lot of space just because I'm on the iPhone 0.5 zoom, but don't be fooled. It is not a lot of space there. There isn't much space in between the ottoman and the TV stand, but we're gonna close that space a little bit more because I do want the tables behind the couch to have a little bit of breathing room. I don't want them to be like right up against the edge of the carpet. So Roman's actually gonna get his way and we are going to move the couch closer to the TV. But like I said before, I think when you get into like physical media and nostalgia, you kind of just gotta embrace the cozy clutter. So that's what I'm gonna do. Is it gonna be tight? Yeah, it probably will be. My helper has showed up for her shift. I feel like opening the box is harder than putting it together. Like,
what? No one's gonna agree with you.
no, it is, because I'm like, how do I not give myself like a cardboard cut? Especially when it's heavy, especially when there's a cat putting their weight on your box. Ooh, another wood tone. I love wood, as you can see. I have a hard-on for wood. Read the manual. Wow, that's gonna be pretty cool. Yay! One is done. I really want to put the second one together, but I need a meal break. It's time to eat. When I'm in a flow state, like assembling furniture or editing or just coming back from the gym, the last thing I want to do is cook up a meal. And with Factor meals, I don't have to. They're ready in 2 minutes, so I can make it, eat it, and get right back to whatever I was doing without the drag of doing dishes and cleanup. And even though I want a quick meal, I want a tasty meal. And these are so good. This one is Lebanese beef and lentil rice. It has heirloom carrots and toum and almonds. There's over 100 recipes to choose from, so I like that I can try something new like this that I don't normally eat, but I can also get my regular Asian flavored meals. Most of their meals are high in protein and they don't have any refined seed oils or sugars or artificial junk. Everything tastes fresh. If you want to try it out, you can head over to factor75.com or click the link below and use my code JuliaLeeFFB for 50% off your first box and free daily greens. One per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on the first box. Newer returning subscribers only. Varies by plan. Sign up today. She's beautiful. She looks so much better than I thought she would. I don't know that I'll put anything on top. I really am not a fan of like styling for the sake of styling. So I like to take things that I already own and use that as styling, which is what I've done inside. So obviously you can see Roman's games are inside there. And then I also pulled out some books that we just had tucked away in the cabinet and now they can be out on display. I'm sure the inside of this is gonna change a lot as Roman's game collection grows, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks. box. I have a little lamp here that we used to have in the entryway, and I'm still not that jazzed about it being here. I don't really like that I can see like the top of the lamp shade, but I do like the placement. So I do want to put a lamp there. I'll probably get a different style. And then I just threw an artificial plant on the other end there that was sitting on our bedroom dresser, along with a few books, but because we now put the cat bed on that dresser and we have an air purifier on there too, there's just not enough room for this little book stack, but I think it has a really nice new home here. And then of course the part that I love is this surface is functional. Like, it is so useful to have this behind the couch in general, but especially with our layout because we're in such a small space that the way that we basically hang out when people come over is some people are sitting on the office chairs that are right there, and then some people are sitting on the couch, and we're facing each other, but then these people have nowhere to put their drink. Sometimes we use this ottoman over here, but then your back is turned, which means a cat can knock over your drink at any moment and you wouldn't even know it. So it is so much more convenient to have this surface here that someone can like put their drink and their phone. So I love that functional aspect of it. And then the other thing I really like about this is there is more separation between the living area and the office area. I mean, they're literally back to back, like they're literally right there, but I've said it before and I will say it again, living in a small space, it is so important to zone out your spaces as much as you can. It just helps you feel more contained in that area and more focused on whatever the intent of that space is. The other thing that's really neat is because we have this curtain installed here, when you look into the room, you actually don't see the office space. You kind of just see this living room. So having this here just makes it feel more complete. You might remember that when we installed this curtain, I installed a curtain holdback on one side of the wall so that we could kind of like swoop it over the same way that I do in the bedroom. But Nova is used to pulling on those, so I took it off. I also realized that it makes the most sense to have the curtain open on the other side because that's where my desk is and that's where I want to feel enclosed. And when you look at it from the entryway, having the curtain beside that tall cabinet just makes it look so much more elegant and flowy. It adds a bit of lightness to this like very tall boxy cabinet structure. So it all worked out and I am very pleased, very pleased with the result. The Retro Nook is peak. And I'm not talking about consoles, okay? I know consoles can always be upgraded and added. A couple of you guys keep commenting to get Roman a Sega Game Gear. And not only do I not know what the heck that is, but I don't care. I don't care what Roman gets. He can get what he wants to get. Take that up with him. Retrofish, go there. Comment on his videos. That is not my domain. When I'm talking about the Nook being peak, I mean like visually, aesthetically. And even I was like, I don't think there's much left to upgrade here. I don't think there's really anything to add because, you know, I don't like adding things for the sake of adding things. And I really didn't think there was anything left to upgrade until we tried watching Dead Poet Society on VHS and I couldn't hear shit. I literally could not hear anything. I don't know why the specific VHS that we have is so quiet. Like even with the volume maxed out on the TV, I could not make out what they were saying. And I love this TV. So the TV is not going anywhere. We're not upgrading the TV. The TV is peak, but we can upgrade the sound system. We can upgrade the audio. So I was looking at what speaker can be used with this TV because this TV needs RCA cables. Then I stumbled onto Edifier speakers. They not only work with RCA, but they also have Bluetooth versions. They also look retro, they're bookshelf speakers, and they would match the aesthetic here perfectly. So I was stoked when Edifier sent me a pair. So let's upgrade. And upgrade not only the sound system, but the aesthetics. This is also gonna be an aesthetic upgrade. I need this box, Conan. You can have the box. I'll take the stuff out of the box and then you can have the box back, okay? Nova loves styrofoam, so she tried and get at this styrofoam. She's like, there's my snack. I love how he's literally not moving. He literally isn't moving, actually. Take out one speaker, take out another speaker. Okay, and look, you still got your box. I told you, you can have the box. Of course I got the wood finish, the walnut finish, to go with the rest of the space. Wow. That's a sexy ass speaker. That is so nice. Wow, wow, wow. That is the perfect size. That is beautiful. Hell yeah. Wow. That's hot. They complement the TV so well. Should they be on the outside or the inside? Ooh, that's real fine. No, they definitely need to be beside the TV. It has to be a mountain. It's a retro mountain. I gotta take off the grill. I think that's what it's called. Oh, you literally just pull it off. I was so scared. Okay.
Whoa.
Yo. That's kind of sick. Oh yeah. There's literally one slot left. I don't know what that means for more consoles for you, dear. But it's a perfect fit for what we have going on right now. Okay, is that it? I'm so excited for better audio. We're testing the speakers with our favorite movie. Actually, this is nothing's coming out of here. I mean, that sounds really good. Let me make sure these are right. Yeah, it's left, right. Okay, green. I think we figured it out. It's not the speakers. Thankfully, I don't think it's the TV because we tried playing Jet Set Radio from the Dreamcast and it was a fucking bop. It worked. It was so sick. So I think it is the cable that we're using for the VCR specifically. You think so too? So it turns out the issue was with our VCR because our VCR is so old, it only has one single audio channel. So we had to get a splitter so that it could duplicate that audio channel into both left and right speakers. And that fixed it.
Can be broken. Understand.
It works.
And hit me if you can.
Crucify Neo! The audio on these speakers is insane. We used to have a sound bar for our modern TV when we used to have a modern TV, and these speakers are better than that. Like in the beginning of The Matrix, when Neo follows the White Rabbit and he's talking to Trinity in the club, I was like, I've never heard the club music in this movie at such a high fidelity. It felt more like I was actually in the club versus watching something that had been filmed. It just makes everything feel more realistic. And we also did a little VHS haul. Life is like a box of chocolates. I've never seen this movie. I just know that because of like being alive in this world. So I gotta see the movie. And last night we were watching The Two Towers and it was such a better experience than when we watched the first movie. Because Lord of the Rings is one of those movies where the background sounds and music is so much louder than the actual speaking. But now that the speaking and those background sounds are kind of coming out of different channels, I can actually make out what they're saying. Not to mention the whole movie's in like Shakespearean old speak, so it's hard for me to understand in general. How can people hear me if you're all purring so loud? We've literally created a cinematic experience for ourselves. It feels so much more grand, but it still has the coziness of the CRT TV. And I love that these speakers also have Bluetooth capability, because now I can just vibe out with my music and turn my whole apartment into a dance club. I genuinely feel like these speakers have completed the Nook both from a functional perspective and visually, because they're freaking beautiful. Like, they are so cool looking. Being able to remove the grill and actually see all of these components inside is what makes it look so retro, and I love it. And I used to have this thing about like, ooh, there shouldn't be more than like 4 or 5 wood tones in one space, because it's something that I read somewhere on a design blog. But there are more than that many tones of wood out in nature. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to bring nature into this city apartment to make it feel cozy and calm. I love everything that we have going on in this space. I know Roman does want some more consoles, so I don't know, we're gonna have to figure something out, but until then, I have achieved peak retro nook, and I'm so happy about it. Come on, baby. Come on, no, you won't get down. You won't get